Hello friend, welcome back to my channel Take W3 Web. This is Vijay Kumar. Take W3 Web, it is a platform where you can learn step by step all about the Salesforce application and development. In this tutorial, you will be learn about a framework, LWC, Apex class trigger, Visual Force, and many more. So now let's get started. In this lesson, we will be learn how to communicate between parent component to child component using primitive data type in LWC. So friends, when we want to pass the data from parent component to child component, we will use decorator variable with @API because @API decorator variable, it is a global variable. So whenever pass the data from parent component to child component or receiving the data from child component to parent component, we will be use @API decorator because @API decorator, it is a global variable we can use anywhere in the order. So first I will create two component name as parent component LWC and second one is child component LWC. Then we will be binding child component into the parent component. Here we will be passing the data from parent to child component using decorator variable with @API in LWC. So friends, in this lesson, we will be learn how to pass from parent component to child component. Here we will be pass the primitive data type in LWC. So to pass the data from parent component to child component, we will be use decorator variable with @API. So let's see live demo scenario in the below example. So friends, here you can see there are two components created. First component is a parent component and second component is a child component. So here I am passing the data from parent component to child component. So in this lesson, we will be learn passing the data primitive data type in LWC. So primitive data type like a string, boolean, integer, number. These are the data called primitive data type. So in this lesson, we will be pass the data from parent component to child component using primitive data type. So now let's giving an example. Let's create a component. This is a parent component. Then there is a data type. So here I am passing the data type like primitive data type like a string, integer, boolean, number. These are data type called primitive data type. Then we will be create another one component that is a child component. So friends, first we will be create a parent component. Then here we will be passing the data primitive data type. So here I am passing the data primitive data type. Then I will create another one component that is a child component. So friends, we will be create two components. First component is a parent component and second component is a child component. From parent component to child component, I will pass data like a primitive data type. So primitive data type like a string, boolean, integer, number. These are the data called primitive data type. So in this lesson, we will be learn how to pass primitive data type from parent component to child component using @API decorator variable in LWC. So friends, now let's jump to my VS Code where we will be learn step by step how to create LWC component and how to pass the data from parent to child component using @API decorator with primitive data type. So now let's get started. So friends, this is my VS Code. In the VS Code, first we will be create two components. Components name are parent component LWC and child component LWC. So as per the scenario, we will be passing the primitive data type from parent component to child component using of the decorator variable @API. So now let's create a components first. Copy the name of the component. Go to the VS Code. Control Shift P. There is an option create lightning web component. Select, write the name of the component. Press enter. Then press enter once again. Here you can see I created a parent component LWC. Now open HTML. This is HTML, JavaScript and meta XML file. Then I will create another one component that is a child component. Child component name is child component LWC. Copy the name of the component. Go to the VS Code. Control Shift P. Create Lightning Web component. Write the name of the file. Press enter and enter. This is a child component LWC. Let's open one by one in the VS Code. This is HTML, JavaScript and meta XML file. So friends, as per the scenario, here we will be learn about how to pass the data from parent component to child component. So first, we will be binding child component into the parent component. Here you can see my child component name is child component LWC. So now let's copy the file name, rename, copy the file name. This is my parent LWC component. So friends, if you calling the child component into the parent component, follow the rule of the calling the component. So first I start from the C dash, right? Write the name of the file. So here you can see child, it is a small, but in the middle CMP start from capital letter. So where you start capital letter, between the child and CMP, we will be use C and capital letter will be changed to a small letter. After that, here you can see also after CMP, it is a start capital letter LWC. So L is a capital. So first we will use dash, then we will be change capital to a small letter. So L is a capital. So instead of a capital, we will be change small letter L. So friends, this is a rule to binding component in LWC. So start from the C, then all of the capital letter will be changed small letter and we will be concatenate with dash. So first here I call the child component in the parent component. Save the file. Now let me go to the child component. This is my child component. This is a JavaScript. So first, if I am passing the data from parent to child component, first we will use decorated variable with @API. So friends, if you want to use @API decorated variable, first we need to import in the import function here. So comma and put API. Then we need to declare the decorated variable in the export method. Otherwise, it will throw an error. So first, we will define @API. Then write the name of the variable. So suppose that I am passing the message from parent to child component. So first, I am declare the variable name. Let's write the name of the decorated variable name message. Here, I am not assigning any kind of the value. Then go to the parent object. Here after the file, give the space and pass the variable name that is copy from child component. Message coming from the child component in the JavaScript of the child component. Here I declared @API that is a message type variable. This message variable not assigning any kind of value. So value will be passed from parent component. So first I am binding the attribute variable. So first I am copying the API declared variable and passing here that equal to in the double quote bracket pass the value that you want to pass from parent to child. So in the child component here you can see I don't pass any kind of value here. Only I define the variable. This variable I am passing to the parent component here. And in the parent component, in the double quote, I am passing the value. So that value will be passed to the parent to child component. So let's passing the message. Welcome to TW3 Web. Welcome to TW3 Web by Vijay Kumar. So this message I am putting in the parent component and this message coming from the API declarator from the child component from here. So this message passing in the parent component, I am passing the value here. Welcome to TW3 Web by Vijay Kumar. Now save the file. So friends, here I am passing as a string type variable. Now let's go to the child component. This message I am passing to the child component LWC HTML file. So friends, this message of API declarator variable I am passing in the HTML file. So receiving the message from the parent component, it will be displayed on the child component. First, I will using the type strong, and in the strong, right, I am writing a title. I this message coming from parent component. This message coming from parent component. And after the strong, right, here I will be pass the declarative variable message. This one. Copy and paste here. In the parent component, first I will be use lightning card. So first I will use lightning card. Lightning, lightning card. In the lightning card, I will pass a title. Title name will be passing data from parent to child component in LWC. Date. So first I created lightning card title passing data from parent to child component in LWC. And here I will be inside the lightning card. I will be pass this child component. So first I am cutting from here and paste inside the lightning card. Now save the file. This is a meta XML file. So in the meta XML file, we will be define targets. So where we want to expose the parent component in the Salesforce. So first we will be change is expose equal to true. After that we will use targets and target. This one. So this component I want to display on the app page in Salesforce. So here I am define target lightning double underscore app page. That means this component we will be access on the lightning app page in Salesforce. Now save the component. So friends, in the parent component, I am calling the child component and passing the data. That is a string type data. This is a message. Message is a decorative variable that is coming from the child component. Here I defined at that API message. This message variable I am passing to the parent component here. So first I call the child component. Then I pass the child component decorative variable message. This is a message that is passing from parent component to child component. In the child component, this message of the decorative variable I am calling to the HTML here. So receiving from the parent component message will display on the child component. Now let's deploy all of the file to the Salesforce. So first let me deploy child component. Then we will deploy the parent component because in the parent component I call into the child component. So first we will be deploy the child component. Then we will be deploy the parent component. So let's deploy the child component first. The child component deploy successfully to the Salesforce. Now let me go to the parent component and deploy parent component to Salesforce. So parent component also deploy successfully. Now go to the Salesforce and check the scenario. This is my Salesforce. This is my custom app. So go to the gear icon. There is an option edit page. First refresh the page. Then here I will be called the parent component. So my parent component name is parent CMP LWC. In the parent CMP LWC, I am calling the child component. So once I call this parent component in the Salesforce Lighting app, child component automatically display. So now let's search parent LWC component. This is my parent CMP LWC. Select and drag and drop here. Save. Go back. And here you can see, hi, this message coming from parent component. So this is a hardcore message. And this message, welcome to Tech W3 Web by Vijay Kumar, coming from the parent component. So if you go to the VS Code, in the message, this message I am passing from the parent component. And this is a decorator variable that is defined in the child component JavaScript. In the child component JavaScript, I am only defining a variable, not assigning a value. So here you can see this message coming from the parent component. So here I am passing the string type data. Now let me assign the integer value. So first go to the child component. Let's create another one decorator variable, that is API. Suppose that I am passing the mobile number. Mobile. So now copy the variable, go to the parent component, and here let's break the line. This is a newly created @API decorator variable in the child component. So first I am calling to the mobile variable equal to. So mobile is a number type value. Don't use double quote as a string. Simply pass. Suppose let's write a mobile number 45671234. 4 and 8. Here I am passing the mobile number, that is a number type value. And if you go to the child object JavaScript, here I declare a mobile number. Now let's create a boolean type decorator variable. So first we will create a decorator variable API, then write the name of the variable. So let's suppose variable name is marriage. Is marriage. Small and capital, that is a camel case. If you want to pass the decorator variable into the parent component, so copy the name, and here we need to first start is, after that dash, and we will be change capital to a small letter. Then equal to. So if you passing the boolean always come true and false. So suppose that I am passing false. Now save. After that, go to the child component. These two newly created variables need to pass to the HTML so that we can check the value what's data coming from the parent component. So in the child component HTML, use br so that it will be display next line. Copy 3 times, and first is a mobile number. So mobile number is, here will be changed mobile number. Mobile number is, this is a, are you married? So value will be displayed from the decorator variable mobile. Here will be passed the mobile, and then is marriage. So friends, you can see I define only decorator variable, not passing any kind of value. Value coming from the parent component. So in the parent component, I am passing the value. This value that is passing from the parent component will be displayed inside the child component. In the child component, I only declare the variable, and this variable I calling to the HTML here. So message coming from the parent component. This is a message. Message display like this. Welcome to TechW3 Web. Then mobile number I am passing the value this one. Then is marriage I am passing the false. Then save the parent component and child component as well. Now first we will be reply the source code to all of child component. Then parent component. Now go to the Salesforce and refresh the page. You can see all of the message coming here. First message coming from welcome to TechW3 Bay by Vijay Kumar. Second is a mobile number. Mobile number is this and are you married? False. So in the parent component, I passing this type of data false. This is mobile number and this is a message. And this is a declarative variable that is defined inside the child component JavaScript. And this is a child component where I display the message. If you want to change the color, let's suppose I want to change the color strong style equal to color red. Now copy style and put here and here as well. So strong part will be displayed red color and message will be displayed as black color. Now deploy the code. Go to the Salesforce and refresh. You can see message display as a black and this is a strong part that I write a message in the strong tag here. So this in the curly bracket coming data from dynamically from parent component and this is a message. So friends, if you want to give a space left side, here I will use a div. This div close bottom below the template and here will be use a class name, class SLDS P around underscore medium. It will be give a space around are the container. Save, deploy the code. I'll deploy successfully. Now let's go on the Salesforce and refresh once again. You can see in the container give a space medium because here I'm giving medium size, so it is a give a space if I using the SLDS P around medium. So it will be give a space around the container. So friends, in this lesson we have passed data type string, data type number, data type boolean. So in this lesson we have learned how to pass from parent component to child component data type, primitive data type. Primitive data type that means it will be string type, boolean type, number type, integer type. These are data type called as primitive data type. So here I am passing the data type from parent to child component. In the child component, I created a decorator that is at that API and create a variable. Don't pass any kind of message in the variable. This API decorator variable I am calling to the parent component. In the parent component, here I am passing the value. This decorator variable created in the child component, I am calling to the HTML so that I can see the data that is coming from the parent component. So friends, try to do from your side in your personal or if you're getting any kind of issue, please write in comment box. To get more related video of the Salesforce, go to the YouTube, search TechW3 Web, then click here, go to the videos, and here you will be get so many live demo example of video. Here I created real-time scenario based on working on the office. So here you will be get Salesforce Lightning Aura component, Visual Force page, Salesforce LWC, Lightning Flow Builder, and here so many video you will be get that is working in office in live project. If you subscribe my channel, your project working will be very easy. So friends, like, share and subscribe and support my channel. Thank you so much.